Gather around. It's time for the show to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, this is...
Hey everyone, my name is Jason.
Hi friends, it's Desiree Josen.
All right, there were so many matches this year that were just too much.
So this won't be a shocker because we've had a handful of really awesome matches that we just can't stop talking about.
How many times have these guys fought? Like it's been quite a bit.
I've been saying this all year. They're just so great to watch. We saw the heel turn coming, and then when it happened, nice and bloody, both dramatic and beautiful.
You are now entering the ring with Chutes and Ladders podcast.
Chutes and Ladders Royal Rumble review. What's going on, everyone? My name is Jason.
Hey friends, it's Desiree Josen.
Wow, that's all I have to say. I think both of us are kind of in shock. I think the wrestling world is in shock as well. It was a lot of fun last night. Before we get into the show, what are your initial thoughts, Des?
Wow. Yeah. It was a lot going on, and a lot of it we predicted and a lot of it we didn't, and we felt a lot of emotion, and the fans feel, the same way from what we're reading. So this should be a very interesting episode.
Absolutely. And officially it's Mania season. Speaking of that, we'll roll right into the first match, which was the Women's Royal Rumble, which we predicted that would be the first match. I called it. I think you kind of felt the same way too, but yeah, Charlotte ended up winning. What are your thoughts on this?
In the last episode, I said I never really cared for the Women's Rumble, and this one was by far the best one. I enjoyed it from start to finish. I really liked, even though, it was expected that Charlotte was going to win. I just have some mixed emotions about it. I felt like it was pretty obvious as soon as we got confirmation that she was coming back. And I understand, her legacy that she has, but the fact that she just runs on in and then wins, I'm very mixed about it. I know she is the queen, or, whatever everyone wants to praise her for, but I feel like there were other women too that also deserved it as well. So.
Yeah, I totally understand what you're saying. I'm actually with you. I'm giving this an A+. I'm sure you're doing the same.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Now, that being said, all right, 2 follow-up questions. Who is your MVP, and who do you think Charlotte will take on?
Okay. Well, MVP, I was really impressed with Roxanne. It was good to see, some girls from NXT really hold their own, and for her to be a smaller girl too. And she actually broke the record for the Women's Rumble by lasting the longest, so 67 minutes. And she was final too and took on Charlotte Flair. So I was really impressed with her. That was the last thing I said when I watched it. I was like, it was Roxanne, not Charlotte. But who is? I'm trying to think. Who would Charlotte go after? What do we have?
All right, so Roxanne, no doubt, MVP. Makes sense, total sense.
Yeah.
And I don't think that it's pretty definitive. Liv Morgan did really well also, but I'd say
Rhea. I think she's going to go after Rhea.
Yeah, okay, I was about to say the same thing. It makes sense because it'd be a good rematch. They had that match a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. I think that'll kind of and to double down, I think that'll be the first match of Mania because I think women's world title match will open up Mania. So
yeah, so it'll be fun to see those two if that does go down. It's pretty predictable at this point. I just from reading articles and comments from other viewers and fans, a lot of people were very upset, even though we knew this was going to happen. So it's a toss up, and I'm really curious how this is going to unfold.
Yeah, for sure. Look, I said this from the get-go. Creative has a tendency to repeat themselves. They basically did the same thing years ago with Triple H. They built him up so much for his return. He came, he won. Mm-hmm. It was mirrored the way they built up Charlotte.
Sure.
And, listen, Charlotte is already going to be a Hall of Famer. She's already won the title so many times, so I just kind of thought it made sense. So, but yeah, A+
it is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. A+ match for sure. All right. All right. So next match, the tag match, a little underwhelming overall, I would say, but I have a thought on why that was the case. But what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I was disappointed. It kind of caught me off guard because when it happened, I just threw my hands up in the air and I was like, what is going on? And then with the Street Profits coming in, and then I was confused. I was like, why are they going after Motor City Machine Guns? They need to go after DIY. And then I'm like, well, maybe they want DIY to win because they feel like they could beat them rather than Motor City Machine Guns. I don't know. Who knows? We might have a triple threat tag match coming up. And, this feud isn't over between any of them. So I appreciate what they're doing creatively by pushing the tag teams longer. So, yeah.
Got it. All right. What grade would you give this match?
I just hated the ending. I'm going to give it like a B minus.
Yeah, I'm going to go C plus. But what I will say, I think what's going to happen, we'll get to this in the next match also. I think they found a gem of WrestleMania. They're going to have the tag team ladder match like they did last year.
Like they did, yeah.
100%. I think this is setting this up. So they're going to have both titles hung up. Yeah, overall, I think that was the whole point of the actual match. So that being said, if that's the case, hats off to them. I think you're going to see other tag teams involved in that Mania match. But I think that's going to be that they found a gem, kind of like what they did with Money in the Bank years ago. They can't do that anymore because it's on PLE. So now they're doing this tag ladder match, which is actually a cool concept.
Yeah, and I like that the ladder tag team match last year, even though it was kind of confusing when who was it? A-Town Down Under grabbed theirs first, and then the crowd was like, "Is it done?" We're like, "No, we got one more to go." So
yeah, well, and I think that's why they did it. And again, I think they found a gem, and it's an opportunity to get as many tag teams involved as possible. So I think we're going to see a lot of tag teams.
And I was about to say that's something that we don't see as much anymore are tag teams. So I feel like that is a division that they could grow upon even more. So yeah. Well, most likely that's where they're heading. So, yeah, even though we didn't get our guys to win their title, they'll win them most likely at Mania. Who knows?
Yep, which will make it even better.
Yeah.
All right, rolling into the third match, which is the world title match, Cody versus KO. I think we knew Cody was going to win. What do you think about this match?
Yeah, it was a no-brainer. I think everyone across the board knew that Cody was going to retain. What I loved was Kevin really got his ass beat, and I loved it. And some of those spots where they were just throwing each other through those ladders and were like just smashed in half. And the last one with Cody on the announcer's table that just completely annihilated Kevin and where he could go and get the titles. I died laughing, just how he was just like crushed in between. And I loved it. And, it just shows the grittiness and how bad Cody can be. So who knows? This could be a little bit of his start of his heel turn.
There you go. That being said, what grade would you give this match?
Because Kevin got hurt so badly, and it did make me laugh a little bit. I'm going to give it like an A minus.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and give it an A. I just thought both guys put their bodies on the line. They kind of achieved their purpose. The follow-up, what I was kind of alluding to before, when Sammy came down and came to his rescue, I think Sammy and KO are going to be part of that ladder match for the tag title.
Oh, yeah. And that's what threw me off, too. I was like, what is Sammy going to do? And then he kept going back and forth to Cody, checking on him, and then Kevin. And I'm like, what are you doing? So,
yeah. That being said, I think I definitely give it an A. So, yeah, that was a solid match.
Yeah.
And all right, here we go. What we've been waiting for all year. Yeah. Wow. Okay. All I have to say is, wow, this is by far the biggest surprise. This is the biggest surprise since Sheamus has won. I did not see this coming. The betting odds didn't see this coming. What are your thoughts on this match?
I was sick to my stomach and I had butterflies the entire match. And I don't know if it was excitement or I was just so nervous with the turnout. And we put so much pressure on ourselves saying Cena. And I think everyone wanted it, even though we say that's so predictable because of, look at what happened with Charlotte. but I felt like we really needed this, and we were really rooting for John to win. And it, especially when he's final too. Now, not discrediting Jay, I even said in the prediction episode, if something happened where John creatively, it was decided he was not going to win, I wanted Jay to win. That's great. It's just a lot of going back and forth here, where at the end of the day, we wanted John to win.
Yeah, no, for sure. All right, what grade would you give this match, and who is your MVP?
Okay. I have so many thoughts. I'm gonna give it an A because it's Rumble and I loved it. It kept me on my toes. I just have so many people listed on here. I know who's not on that, and that's Logan Paul, because I am livid that he came in at number 30 and how pompous he is, thinking that he's going to actually win the groans from the crowd, and even me, as soon as I saw it, I was like, where's Randy? The people that stood out to me, Penta did fantastic. I thought that was great for his first Rumble, and I loved the beginning with him and Ray. I love that. Braun did pretty great. We even got to see Rick Steiner cheering on his baby boy. Cena, he's always going to be a crowd favorite, but it's the ones that it was at the very end when we got our entrances that we wanted. So it was like the back-to-back to Cena and Seth and Roman and all of them. That was the spot that I loved. So those are all my
Okay. You're allowed to do that. Yeah, so I'm actually with you. A plus, A, what do you want to call it? This is amazing.
Yeah.
I've always said, and I'm going to stick to this, that surprises are the best things for fans. I don't think anyone saw this coming. If I had to guess, they probably talked to John about the finish. He was a trooper about it, everything about it, that final spot. But yeah, to your point, when it was, John Cena, CM Punk, Seth, and then Roman Reigns, like that was such a cool spot. That was one of the cool spots. The writing of this match was absolutely amazing. A plus 5-star. Yeah, it really did give you chills. And also, I think, and it was funny too, Jay actually played it very, very strong. When he won, he was very shocked himself.
Yeah.
So he actually played that as well. So I'm going to go MVP, John Cena. And the finish, just creatively, you have to give us an A+. Like I said, this was the most surprising Royal Rumble since Sheamus. But there was a lot more fan interaction. Yeah, I know you feel about that. There's a lot of fan interaction, which is great. We always said this before, strike while the iron's hot. And they took it to a new level. I thought he could have won on Saturday Night's Main Event.
Yeah.
I kind of think what I said actually kind of came true. They were teasing to see what the crowd reaction would be once they saw that, hey, look, this guy is it. They gave it to him. So I think he's going to win the title. I'll ask you as well. I was going to say, I think he's going to fight Gunther. Right?
Oh, he already confirmed it. We already said that in our episodes before when we were talking about Jay. And this is the thing. Jay, we've been talking about him for I don't know how much and how great he is. And the crowd loves him. The fans love him. He's amazing in the ring. And I mean, he's the boy of Rikishi. So, it's his time. And I was reading a lot of articles this morning, and a lot of people are upset. I get it. We want John Cena to win. He's going to have his moment. And I've accepted it. He will. It's not going to be at Rumble. I'm glad he's here, and I'm glad we got to see him one last time do it. But we've got to also look at it because Triple H is getting a lot of backlash right now, to the point of saying, bring Vince back and get rid of Triple H. I'm like, whoa, that's a little bit much. Someone quoted, they're like, are these AEW fans commenting? But, I get it. He's always looking at the bigger picture. Bigger picture is John Cena is going to retire. He's not going to hold a title. We just want him to have these really amazing matches. I don't know. But Jay is the top guy. He is so over, and I think he would be a great face to hold a title. And why not give him the spotlight at Rumble? He's really earned it. He really has, and he's been super consistent. So I'm as much as we want Cena, Jay is, he's the guy.
No, I see your point. I think most of us were kind of disappointed that they just didn't do chalk, and like it was the spot of how they got eliminated towards the end was done really well too.
And we really wanted it, but you could tell the fans, especially front row, were like, "Oh, gutted," because everyone in that building, I really felt that when they saw Final 2, they're like, "Okay, let's give us a show with Jay, flip him over." It was mixed emotions, and that's the thing, he's one great thing, and this is just me being selfish with John Cena now, is at the scrum, Jay confirmed he's going to go after Gunther, but John Cena was like, I'm going to Elimination Chamber, which is a little glimmer for me because I'm going to Elimination Chamber. So I'm like, I get to see John Cena one more time live. So, yeah.
Nice. All right. Yeah, no, for sure. I'm actually with you. Actually, speaking of which, we'll go ahead and roll into final thoughts. Do you see any potential matches that were set up last night for Mania? We already talked about a few.
Yeah, it's... it would be fun to see the people that have returned, like Alexa Bliss, to come back. She had a really big pop, so I see her coming back with a vengeance in the women's division if she does officially come back. I really see Charlotte and Rhea. I feel like those would be two powerhouses. Who knows? Nia may come back and want to beat her up too. Who knows? Because she wants to beat up everybody. But like you said, I think it's the tag team division that's going to have a spotlight too, with a lot of growth. And who knows what they have for Cena? But I know it's going to be something really big, and he's going to end with a bang. So I'm sure they have a lot up their sleeve.
Yeah, absolutely. So everything just said, the tag team division, the tag team titles for a lot of matches we already discussed. I think Charlotte versus Rhea. Mm-hmm. I wonder. I'm not actually sure. I'm sure Tiffy will have like a really good match as well. Yeah. I'm with you. I think one way or another, John Cena will fight Randy Orton at Mania. Maybe Randy wins the title and then John Cena takes him on there. I think that'd be a lot of fun. And also, I thought Braun Breaker there was a chance that Braun Breaker was going to start an angle with Roman Reigns. I thought that would have been really cool.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like maybe.
Spear against spear?
Yeah, exactly, right? Again, use it to your advantage, strike while the iron's hot. But also maybe a three-way between CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. So there's so many different directions they can go.
That's what I loved about this one. There were so many storylines, so many feuds, back-to-back guys, where you were all over the place. So the Rumble did its job, kept us on our toes, and has us wanting even more. It's the road to Mania, and I'm so excited.
Absolutely. All right, that being said, that wraps up this episode. What are your thoughts? Please DM us at The Chutes and Ladders. Like always, please like, share, and subscribe both on YouTube and Spotify. Once again, my name is Jason.
I'm Desiree Josen.
All right, until next time, have a blessed day and a blessed week.
Bye, friends.
Chutes and Ladders. Follow us for more content.